this up here so I can see it. Hi there. Um, like why the recode matters. Just using this for a marketing segment, but just recording it. Um, so it matters for people who have limitations, who are limiting themselves, who are placing restrictions. I can't do something. I'm not good enough. I haven't enough capability. There's ways that we sabotage ourselves that it's really quick and we don't notice it. Part of the recode is to, when we're able to notice this, we notice this resistance, we say, why do I have resistance to this? And when we look at why we have resistance to it, it gives us the information of what we've coded up as our truth about it. And what ends up happening when you go deeper into it, it's why we can't have it. So if you think about, I'm going to put attention on what I want, put all my energy, all my focus on that, what would be my best chances of getting it? We say, and what we do here is like, okay, well, be it to see it, which means imagine having it. Because what happens is as you imagine having it, you're going to feel resistance on the inside boil up and say, oh, you can't go that way. And it's going to feels like it wants to pull you back. That is your resistance. We're unaware of it because it's just part of our life. It's part of our survival. It's part of our fear mechanism. And so when we go to change that, when we say, oh, look, I'm just reacting to my circumstances, I'm giving my power away. When we're just reacting to it, we're out of control. That's why we're angry. That's why we're frustrated. That's why we can't get what we want. That's why we're not making enough money. That's why life is not worth living. And there's the only way out is to look at life differently, and that's to look at life as a creator. But as we do that, those old patterns of the unconscious resist change. And what we need to do is show the unconscious that it's safe in this new choice. And our mind knows, the mind can say it happened out there, or it can imagine that it happened. Your body doesn't know the difference. But we have to learn about the different aspects so that we can see how they relate with each other, so that we can put them in alignment. And what do we put them in alignment for? We put them in alignment for what we want. And when things from our past, traumas from our past interfere with what we want, we build habits of why we can't have what we want. And the recode is just a process to remove, let go of what has you trapped, unaware of what's in your way. The process is done to increase satisfaction in your life and decrease pain. And the three aspects that I want to make you aware of, they shape your life. The first one is Sue. Number 2 is Bob. And number 3 is self. And we're going to look at these backwards because self is the newest. So we look at self. The self-conscious took over around age 6. The ego, rational, thinking brain. Polarized. Good, bad, right, wrong. Of how it is. Good, evil. And Bob was there earlier, was before the self-conscious. So Bob taught the self-conscious everything through feeling. So that's how these two aspects got along. And you think of Bob as being the mother, and you, the self, being the identity who grew up to be you. And Bob handles everything that you are not aware of, such as your heart beating, such as breathing in, feeding your cells, everything aimed at surviving. And what it has experienced, what Bob has experienced in the past, is more important than anything that's possible, anything new, because anything new is unsafe. And Sue is an aspect of you called your superconscious. And this is humanity's information. It is your family's survival information. It guides your genius. It was there. It created you. It gave you your visions, your dreams, your purpose. And it's all of humanity's information that's there for us to interpret. And that's where people get like, oh, whoa, I don't believe in that. Now you start to go mystical or you start to go religion. It's like, no, just information. It's like this is thoughts and feelings, to just separate them, to look at them, to see what we are making up and telling ourselves. Because these three aspects shape our life. They create the decisions and the choices every moment. We're either aware of our successful patterns, and we can be unaware of our failure patterns. And these make up 60% of your life. Your anger, your frustration, why you don't have what you want, and you don't know why. See, the three aspects have different agendas and influences. Number one, the self wants new experiences and doubts themselves. See the polarization: good, bad, right, wrong, success, failure. It has to be one of them. It can't be both. And see how we get trapped, restricted, limited in that. And Bob says, oh, it's safe this way. So it sends you feelings of safe. It keeps you there. It knows your patterns. It knows to keep you on track because safety is its most important. And then Sue is just there, wants you to enjoy yourself. It gives you all the information. Sue knows you're powerful, knows you can choose what you want, choose any experience you want to have, and just wants you to enjoy it. And so those are aspects of you. And what we do is each of them hold on to information differently. They took experiences differently. They learned differently. Think about your words that you've shaped, tying them into the emotions that you felt as a baby. And as you were learning the language patterns, you were connecting them to how you felt. And we structured patterns that kept us away from what we really wanted because it was unsafe to have it. And when we see this, oh, we can remove the filters, we can go for what we want, and we can take the action. The most important part is taking the action. And this is where the recode comes in, is that when we identify the resistance, why we can't have it, the recode can allow you to pull that part out and put a new one in, and everything from that point becomes from that perspective. Think of it as a rewiring your synapses. Rewiring the patterns in your brains that always want to go that way, the easy way, the lazy way, but they may not be what you want, and you just want to replace it. Boom. This is the recode process to do that. And the recode process is number 4 step in a creator's code. It's like living as a creator, not the victim, which is what society is doing, but as the creator. It's like, oh, I can be it. I am powerful. And that's where I want to take our attention. It's like, I am powerful. And you may feel resistance to that. See, that's an identity. That's an identity resistance, saying, oh, you're challenging my identity. I'm going to be personal with that. I'm going to defend that. I'm going to run away. I'm going to fight. I'm going to click away. And so you can see what your aspects are doing, what they're telling you. And when you become aware of them, you can slow them down and choose how you want it to be. So we don't want to, for this practice recode to produce trust with you, we don't want to step into an emotional, a personal belief or concern.